Hey everyone, welcome back to Absolutely. My name is Benny, the mildly sick individual on today's show, and that is Sal, the not sick, perfectly healthy individual on today's show. Today's episode is brought to you by Gamer Subs. Use the code comics at checkout. This one right here is lean. It's kind of fruity. I don't really know what it tastes, but I like it. I like it a lot. You should check it out. But anyway, check out Gamer Subs if you want to support this channel and keep it going. Today we're going to talk about the weirdest leak ever.
Yeah, an unexpected leak, but if you know Kirkman, then you knew then it is not as unexpected as you might imagine. But yes,
it was funny because before this, Dan and I were talking about it, and he's like, "I think it was all planned." I'm like, "No, if you know Kirkman, that's just him being that way."
Kirkman would never do a favor for Marvel.
Never do a favor for Marvel. He also wouldn't care that he's spoiling it.
You know what's interesting? Actually, okay, there is a version where Kirkman might do a favor for Marvel, but he doesn't have to, and here's why. There are a lot of rumors around that they may be doing the Marvel team-up in canon Invincible Spider-Man crossover in the animated series. But does Kirkman need Marvel's approval or Sony's approval? If Kirkman only needs Sony's approval, then it's happening, baby.
Yeah.
And if he needs Marvel's approval, then maybe this is their way of doing some kind of an exchange. You know, like, I will give a huge plot spoiler for the Thunderbolts movie, and that will drum up support or interest, or maybe it'll gauge interest in a Thunderbolts movie, because as we've established, or haven't established yet in this episode, it's a big spoiler for the Thunderbolts movie, only in as much as there has been no data about the Thunderbolts movie.
It's the first piece of potential information. So The spoiler, for those who don't know, is that Stephen Yeun is going to be playing Sentry. The quote from Kirkman was, they were talking about something in general, but it gets to the point of him stating that Stephen Yeun called him to tell him that he only plays characters in blue and yellow. And he said, I just did a fitting for the Sentry. And that was a fun anecdote that Kirkman told. Then Kirkman said, oh, wait, I don't know if I was supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Who cares? What's Marvel going to do to me?
It's true. And the reality is Marvel can't do anything to him. They can hurt Yoon for sharing that information, especially if it was privileged. But they probably won't. The reality is no one's going to do anything about it. My thing is, regardless of the potential crossover for Marvel team up, I think that Kirkman has a massive boulder on his shoulder about Marvel.
Oh, he has this forever.
Right. And so any opportunity he has to kind of stick it to them in any petty way, he will take. And it's it's funny how, we've seen this before. We've seen people literally leave Marvel after being a superstar, go to Image, or Create Image for that matter, and then become a huge success and an independent creator of their own, and be able to run their own business. I cite Todd McFarlane and the entire Image founders, but rarely is it this level of no, F them. I'm gonna tell a huge spoiler and then pretend like I made it up or that I accidentally spoil it. No, that was on purpose. He definitely said that on purpose.
Oh, I don't know if he said it on purpose, as that he's telling the anecdote.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought about it any more than, Steven, you'd called me with this funny story, and I'm going to tell it in an interview. And then went, oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't have. Oh well, yeah. Anyway, so
yeah. No, I think you're halfway there. I think that he didn't intend to spoil something for Marvel, but when he realized he was about to share that story, he didn't censor himself. I think he was like, "Oh, and you know what? Screw him."
Yeah, I do think he did. I think that was a part of his plan. Screw Marvel. I don't care. I have a piece of information that makes for a funny story.
Exactly. And it's first of all, you deeply care because you said it out loud. And you were like, oh, I don't care. The person who screams the loudest they don't care usually cares the most. But in this case, again, no shade to Kirkman necessarily. I think it is incredibly petty, but I also think it's oh no, Kirkman has his cartoon show on Amazon Prime, which is a huge success. Everybody's happy with it. But it is not the sales and studio juggernaut that Marvel Studios is. And that's not to disparage it. It's more he's not going to be able to hurt. Nothing he says is going to hurt Marvel. So it really is only just a personal victory for himself. And it's okay, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Like
Right.
I understand, and it is harmless and hopefully hurts no one. Though I would hope that Stephen Yeun would not be, affected by it, because that would suck. That would be the problem. See, that's where I'm like,
I don't
see,
think he's going to be. Do you think
because
Marvel would just be like, you know what? You told Robert Kirkman, our worst enemy, he's
right.
our Doctor Doom.
Oh no,
Uh,
I guarantee you, Feige would say something if he was giving statements like, "Oh no, I love Invincible. Kirkman's great. If he wants to come work for Marvel, he can do it anytime." And Kirkman would be like, "What? I've been carrying all this bad blood." But yeah, no, there's no way that anybody upstairs cares. The other, but the problem I have is like Sentry is such a like they don't care character. He is a plot device theoretically for the Thunderbolts movie, which is like actually I think it kind of confirms some leaks or some theories about the Thunderbolts movie, which was essentially that the Thunderbolts movie was going to be basically like the Suicide Squad,
yeah,
where it's like a ragtag group of mismatched Marvel characters get together, expendables, if you will, and then we're going to throw them at a large scale threat, like the Suicide Squad trying to kill Superman, or in this case, the Thunderbolts trying to kill the Sentry.
right. I Thunderbolts in general. I mean, obviously, Sentry. They want to have Marvel kill Superman. That's what they're aiming for here, and they're going to do it with
Yeah.
a ragtag group. I know we got Winter Soldier, but Thunderbolts in general. Let me ask you this question. Now,
Uh-huh.
obviously, they're still moving forward. Do you see Thunderbolts even happening at this point?
I thought it was canceled, and
That's like the
right?
projects that were done, like Marvels and
Yeah.
in that the Nick Fury show.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Secret Invasion.
the ones that were done, even though Marvel's like we're pivoting, we're changing, we're gonna get back to basics, kind of a thing.
Right.
I knew those were coming out no matter what. They're not gonna
Yes.
pull a WB and be like Batgirl's done, screw it.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna take a tax write-off on that and then have to be questioned by Congress. Nope. Nope. They're
No,
just gonna be like, just put it out. Put it.
yeah,
Why not? We own it. We paid for it. The money's spent. It's gone.
right.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I mean, those were going to happen no matter what. I think Marvels would have happened regardless because they wanted a Captain Marvel too. So
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
those movies are going to happen regardless. But Thunderbolts hasn't started production.
No, the only thing we have for Thunderbolts is a picture they unveiled at some Comic-Con like 2 or 3 years ago, and by
Which
the
was
way,
just a photoshopped version
yeah,
of whatever villains existed.
yeah, it's if I may, I have it up on my screen so I can we can insert it into the episode. But the lineup, and I heard a rumor, and this isn't necessarily the like everything you need to know about Thunderbolts in 5 minutes video, but I heard a rumor that like some of the characters were cut. Because
Yeah,
the
I've heard that
original
rumor
lineup,
too. Yeah.
yeah, the original lineup was Julia Louis-Dreyfus is setting together a group of team, like like evil Nick Fury or whatever, and the team would be Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Red Guardian from Black Widow, Yelena Belova from, of course, Hawkeye and Black Widow, Winter Soldier, U.S. Agent from Winter Soldier and Hawkeye, and Taskmaster from Black Widow, and it's like that's on paper, that could be fun, especially if you want to use this movie as a James Gunnification of some of your less utilized or maybe like characters that could use a push. Like
Right.
Taskmaster. Nobody was happy with Taskmaster, so this is a great opportunity for Taskmaster to be a fun reveal. Maybe there's someone else in there. Maybe
Or
Taskmaster
just
has more
make
of a
the
personality.
character be quippy and funny and turn
Exactly.
her into Taskmaster proper.
Yeah, Ghost could give them a personality. That would be interesting. Red Guardian, obviously, you don't have to worry about it. It's David Harbour. He's going to steal the show. Sebastian Stan, we've already established. U.S. Agent, he's great. He's fine. And Yelena Belova, I was hoping for the Avengers, so oh well. But
I almost
again,
feel like the movie was intended to be those four, and then
yeah,
you get the silent Taskmaster and the silent Ghost, just as
yeah,
like we can kill them or something attitude, like the Suicide Squad style.
right. Now, of course, there has been, we have to address this only because I know it'll be in the comments, so why not? But like, I think Ghost is the only one with powers.
Yeah, somebody said that actually. That Ghost was the only one with powers. They're like, yeah, they just did a bunch of like Captain
It's just,
America characters.
yeah, it's all Winter Soldiers and Ghost. Like, okay, we need someone. It's like that scene from the Suicide Squad where it's like we all have different specializations. He's me. He just does what I do, and it's
Yeah.
like that's just a scene where all of them are like. So we all have enhancements. We all have super agility. We all use guns.
Yeah.
and she can walk through walls.
She's the only one with powers.
She's the only one with powers. And do they work anymore? It's been 40 years since I've watched Ant-Man and the Wasp. I have no recollection as to whether they actually resolved that problem with Ghost. But anyway,
I think it resolved, if I remember correctly, and I might be wrong, because once again, it's been however long.
it's been 84
But I
years.
think it was resolved with "we're going to fix it."
So maybe they don't. Maybe Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character is like, I have a thing. Like, I have a thing that'll fix you. Maybe I have a thing that'll fix all of you. Like, I'll release Red Guardian, like I'll Suicide Squad you specifically. Ghost, I'll fix your problem. Taskmaster, I'll give you a personality. And if you finish this one mission, if you survive, killing the Sentry.
Personality.
Right? I mean, who knows?
It's like an injection.
Yeah. Oh, it's just Deadpool's blood. Don't ask me how I got it. But I mean, at the end of the day, what we're talking about here is, of course, the reveal that like this is the team that would be brought in to take down the Sentry. Yeah, okay, that'd be kind of fun.
It'll be an interesting. It would just be Suicide Squad where they fight a giant Starro. It'd be like way overpowered. They're totally outmatched for this.
Yes,
I would love to see like Winter Soldier and Red Guardian trying to find a way to fight Sentry. Like,
yeah. You know that the whole movie is going to be Red Guardian just badgering Winter Soldier for questions about Captain America, being like, how could you not mention me?
Yeah,
And he's like, dude, I don't even know you.
and even U.S. Agent would be in that mix too. It'd be quite funny.
Right? Oh my God! He's like, no, you're Diet Captain America. I don't like you. The movie writes itself as long as you get somebody. But the thing, and I will just put this out there into the zeitgeist. This is no contribution whatsoever. But get someone like James Gunn, someone with a personality, to write
something
this movie, please, because it is going to hinge entirely on how well this cast meshes and how like tight the script is. And it needs to be good.
Right.
Otherwise, like, you are going to shoot yourself in the foot. Because,
or they're going to cancel the whole movie at this point.
I mean, I think that it's a 50-50 shot for this movie.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
You're like, yeah, we can
I saw
fit
somebody
Steven
tweet out like the lineup for 2025.
Yes, I saw that too.
Yeah, and it's like, I bet Marvel wishes they could cancel Thunderbolts at this point. Because
Right?
it's like such a crazy lineup for that day, for that movie.
Yeah. And Superman? Come on.
Yeah. Is there a way to...
Right? I don't have it on me, but like...
I doubt Googling that's going to find it. Oh, no, here it is. That year has Captain America, Brave New World, Fantastic Four, Superman, The Batman Part 2, supposedly Blade finally. Oh, and in the middle of that, we got Thunderbolts.
Oh, and Thunderbolts. That's too many Marvel movies. Take those movies, spread them out over the next 3 years. Now you've got yourself a lineup. Like, don't just throw them all out there.
Dude, it's so bad, too, because Captain America would be February, Fantastic Four would be May, Superman's July, Thunderbolts is July. They would literally be competing with Superman. Batman in October, and then Blade in November. That'd be 4 Marvel properties.
Yeah, that's too many in 1 year. Well, there's no effing way. They don't even have a Fantastic Forecast. There's no way that movie's coming out in 2 years.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that. The supposed casting of Fantastic
Oh, my God, yeah. But, Sentry. Thanks, Robert Kirkman.
Yeah.
Stephen Yeun is the Sentry.
We got something. I mean, I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to end this with
news.
This. I'm going to end with this note. If they make this movie, it'll probably not do that well, but I would love to see Red Guardian, U.S. Agent, and Winter Soldier fighting the Sentry. The 3 women, they're just... 2 of them don't have personalities, and Yelena's cool and all, but we haven't seen her in much.
I love her. I want her in more things.
I do. And this could be a way to finally elevate her beyond just, I make a few crack jokes.
Honestly, I loved her more in Hawkeye than in Black Widow.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna take it to a different spin real quick, and then we're gonna out.
Sure.
You know why Ghost and Taskmaster are there? Marvel doesn't have any women.
Yeah.
They have Yelena Belova. That's
right.
it.
They're like, can we put Captain Marvel in here? I don't know.
She showed up. She's been great, but I don't have history with her like I do Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? And Red Guardian writes himself into anything with Winter Soldier because of the Captain America things. Yes. And U.S. Agent also will tie into that. Yelena stands out, but she'd be great to have in this. But they were probably like, okay, we can't make a movie that only has one woman in it, so we gotta let's pull the other two in. Sir, they don't have personalities. We don't have any other options, Jimmy. We gotta get women.
Guys, like you did that. It's called The Avengers. That movie made like so much money. You could do that. I would advise against it only because I want to see more. You could put the Wasp on this team.
Why not?
Maybe she is in this poster. We just can't see her.
She's tiny.
But yeah, I don't know, man. But the other thing is, you could also kill off a couple of these characters and no one would be upset. Like,
also,
oh no, Ghost died,
or U.S. Agent died.
I want U.S. Agent only because he's a fun foil, but like again, how many?
Yeah, but I could see him dying by the end of it. I could see him dying and Taskmaster dying, and I could see them trying to keep Ghost, because they'll probably turn Ghost into Ratcatcher kind of a situation.
Yeah,
because Ghost has the semblance of a personality.
Yeah,
Taskmaster literally is void of one.
Taskmaster is an empty costume.
That's what I mean. Taskmaster's a nobody. But at least Ghost was like, okay, she just didn't have a lot of screen time.
It's true. She had a motivation. She eventually achieves it, and she has a fun power set. I agree.
So you kill off U.S. Agent because he's the foil. He'll be the one that everyone's teaming up against. He'll be the guy he's the peacemaker of that show. You know what I mean?
Although I feel like you could kill Red Guardian. And that would be very sad.
Yeah, but we can't kill David Harbour. We need to treasure
I love
that
David
man.
Harbour. Yes, but then he can go make Stranger Things and wrap it up. And then he can come back and be Ben Grimm, because that's who he should have been.
Yeah. But all right, guys, let us know your opinions on the whole situation down below. I hope you enjoyed today's discussion. We are absolutely, my name is Benny, that is Sal, and we'll be back very soon with more content.